Hello, lovely listeners. Welcome to another inspiring episode of the English Leap podcast, your favorite place to learn English while diving into real, relatable topics. I'm Erin, your host with a passion for storytelling.
And I'm Daniel, your friendly co host. Together, we're here to help you learn English, reflect on life, and have some fun along the way.
Today, we're tackling something we've all experienced: disrespect. Oof, Daniel, doesn't it just hit differently when someone disrespects you?
Absolutely, Aaron. It's that mix of frustration, confusion, and sometimes even the thought, did that just happen? If you've been there, let's face it, and who hasn't, you're in the right place.
That's right. We're breaking it down. What to do when someone steps on your dignity and how to bounce back stronger. Trust me, this is going to be good.
Oh, and before we dive in, don't forget, we've got a free PDF guide for you. It's packed with tips and phrases to help you handle disrespect like a pro. The link's in the description.
Yep, just check the link in the description to get your hands on it. And trust me, you'll want to keep it handy for those "what do I say now" moments.
So, buckle up, folks. By the end of this episode, you'll have real tools to handle any rude comment or situation. Ready, Aaron?
Ready and rolling, Daniel. Let's get to it. Okay, Daniel, let me ask you this. Have you ever had someone cut you off mid-sentence, maybe at work or in a group conversation? How did that feel?
Like nails on a chalkboard. It's even worse when it happens repeatedly and you're sitting there thinking, do I even exist in this meeting?
Totally. It reminds me of a time during university. I was in a group discussion and one guy just kept talking over everyone. I was so frustrated, but instead of speaking up, I just stopped contributing. It felt awful.
I've been there too. It's like, do I let it slide or do I say something? And figuring out how to respond without escalating things, that's the tricky part, right?
Exactly. So, let us discuss what disrespect is and where it can come from. Disrespect can show up in so many ways. It could be hurtful words, dismissive behavior, or even unfair treatment. What do you think, Daniel?
Spot on, Aaron. Disrespect doesn't always look obvious. Sometimes it's loud, like someone shouting at you. Other times it's subtle, like someone ignoring your ideas or cutting you off mid-sentence.
And here's the thing. It can come from anyone. A stranger on the street, a coworker, a friend, or even a family member. It can happen anywhere, at work, at home, or in public.
That's what makes it so tough, right? It's not about avoiding disrespect completely. That's impossible. It's about how we handle it when it happens.
Exactly. And like the saying goes, respect is a two-way street. If you want to get it, you've got to give it. But sometimes people don't play by that rule.
True, and when they don't, we have to decide. Do we let it go or do we address it? It depends on the situation.
Absolutely. So, let's dive into some real-life examples and strategies, starting with strangers. Daniel, have you ever had a random stranger disrespect you?
Oh, plenty of times. Once I was in line for coffee and someone just cut in front of me like I wasn't even there. It caught me off guard and I froze.
Ugh, that's so frustrating. You're standing there, minding your business, and boom, they just break the unspoken rules of basic respect.
Exactly. I felt the anger bubbling up, but I reminded myself, don't react in the heat of the moment. So I took a deep breath and calmly said, "Excuse me, I believe I was next." They looked embarrassed and moved back.
Smart move. Staying calm is key. When you lose your cool, you give them control over your emotions. Deep breaths can do wonders.
And sometimes it's worth asking, why are they acting this way? Maybe they're having a bad day or they're in a rush. Empathy helps you let go of that initial anger.
Like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Responding with grace doesn't mean letting them walk over you. It means protecting your peace.
Exactly. And here's a quick tip for our listeners. Practice saying polite but firm responses like, "Excuse me, can you wait your turn?" It's a simple way to handle these situations without escalating.
Now let's talk about something tougher: disrespect from people close to us. Daniel, what's your take on this?
It's tricky, Aaron. When it's someone you care about, it hits deeper. I had a friend who used to dismiss my ideas as too simple whenever we worked on projects. It made me doubt myself.
That's rough. What did you do?
At first, I stayed quiet, but it kept happening, so I finally said, "Hey, I feel dismissed when you say that. Can we discuss ideas without putting each other down?" They were surprised but appreciated the honesty.
That's a great example of being assertive. It's not about attacking the person. It's about expressing how their behavior affects you. That's how boundaries are built.
Exactly. And if the behavior doesn't change, it's okay to reevaluate the relationship. Like Confucius said, respect yourself and others will respect you.
Well said. Remember, listeners, you deserve respect in all your relationships. Speak up when needed, and don't be afraid to set limits. Lastly, let's talk about the workplace. Disrespect here can be complicated because you want to stay professional. What's your experience, Daniel?
Plenty of stories. But here's one that stands out. I once had a colleague present my idea in a meeting like it was theirs. I was shocked.
That's so infuriating. What did you do?
After the meeting, I spoke to them privately. I said, "I noticed you mentioned my idea in the meeting. I'd appreciate it if we could present it together next time." They apologized and didn't do it again.
That's the perfect way to handle it. Calm, clear, and professional. Calling someone out in front of others can escalate the situation.
Exactly. And if the behavior continues, document everything. It helps if you need to involve a manager or HR.
Great tip. As Bruce Lee said, knowledge will give you power, but character respect. In the workplace, showing respect, even when it's not given, sets a powerful example.
So, Aaron, we've covered strangers, personal relationships, and the workplace. But what about general tips? How can we handle disrespect in any situation?
Great question, Daniel. Let's break it down step by step. All right, let's start with the first and most important tip. Stay calm. It's easier said than done, right, Daniel?
Totally. But staying calm gives you control. When someone disrespects you, your first reaction might be to snap back. But that only adds fuel to the fire.
Exactly. Taking deep breaths or counting to 10 can help you pause before reacting. It's simple but powerful.
And let's not forget, silence can be golden. Sometimes not reacting at all sends the strongest message.
Absolutely. Tip 2. Choose your battles. Not every situation deserves your energy.
That's so true. For example, if it's a stranger being rude, it might be better to just let it go. Save your energy for what really matters.
Exactly. Now, tip 3. Be assertive, not aggressive. If you do decide to address the disrespect, speak with confidence but keep your tone calm.
Here's a great phrase to use. "I felt disrespected when you said that. Can we talk about it?" It's direct but doesn't escalate the situation.
Perfect. And finally, tip 4. Lead by example. Show respect, even when you don't receive it. It's hard, but it speaks volumes about your character.
Like someone wisely said, treat others with respect, not because they deserve it, but because you do. That's a game changer.
Beautifully put, Daniel. When you stay respectful, you set the tone for how you want to be treated. All right, Daniel, that was such a deep and practical discussion. I hope our listeners are feeling more confident about handling disrespect now.
Absolutely, Aaron. And speaking of confidence, understanding the right words and phrases can make all the difference when responding to tricky situations.
That's so true. And that's why we've got our vocabulary expert, Charlotte, here to help us break down some of the key words and phrases from today's conversation.
Charlotte has a knack for explaining things simply and giving examples you can actually use in your daily life. Charlotte, over to you.
Thanks, Daniel and Aaron. Hi, everyone. Let's dive into some of the important vocabulary we've covered today and how you can use it confidently. Ready to expand your word bank? Dismissive, meaning showing a lack of interest or respect for something. Example: the manager gave a dismissive wave when I tried to explain my point. Assertive, meaning being confident and direct in expressing yourself while respecting others. Example: she was assertive in the meeting, making sure her ideas were heard without interrupting others. Escalate, meaning to make a situation more intense or serious. Example: he chose not to escalate the argument and walked away instead. Subtle. Meaning, not obvious, hard to notice at first. Example. There was a subtle change in her tone when she talked about the issue. Empathy. Meaning, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Example. Showing empathy can help resolve conflicts more peacefully. Boundaries. Meaning, limits that a person sets to define what is acceptable behavior from others. Example. Setting clear boundaries in friendships helps maintain mutual respect. Professional. Meaning, acting in a way that is appropriate and respectful in a work environment. Example. He remained professional even when the client was being difficult. Handle. Meaning, to deal with or manage a situation. Example. She handled the criticism with grace and moved forward with her work. Golden. Meaning, excellent or highly valuable. Example. Your advice was golden. It saved me a lot of time on this project. Game changer. Meaning, something that significantly changes a situation or how things are done. Example. Learning English idioms was a game changer for improving my fluency. That's it for today's vocabulary. Try using these words in your conversations. They're simple but impactful. Back to you, Aaron and Daniel.
Thank you so much, Charlotte. That was incredibly helpful. I love how you broke down those tricky words and gave such clear examples.
Absolutely, Charlotte. You always make learning new words so easy and fun. I'm sure our listeners will start using these in no time.
Exactly, Daniel. And the right words can make a big difference when handling disrespect. So, what have we learned today? Disrespect is a part of life, but it doesn't have to define you. Every encounter is a chance to grow stronger and wiser.
Absolutely. Whether it's a stranger, a friend, or a coworker, you have the power to respond with grace and confidence.
And now we want to hear from you, listeners. Have you faced disrespect? How did you handle it? Share your stories with us in the comments or send us a message.
Yes, and don't forget to grab the PDF guide for this episode. It's packed with tips and example phrases to help you stay calm, assertive, and respectful.
Thank you for joining us today. Remember, you are stronger than disrespect. Keep your head high and your responses classy.
Until next time, stay confident, stay kind, and as always, keep leaping toward your best self.